It started. Let me ask you guys, when was the last time you guys actually truly felt peace? And I'm not just talking about you get home from work, you take a shower, you turn on Netflix, you sit on your couch, and you're just like, ah. No, I'm talking about a deep, unshakable sense of balance. Like you just feel so alive, you feel so grateful, you feel like you are finally living in the present moment. Catherine 1 year ago would have been like, girl, you delulu. If your answer is I can't even remember, or you think, girl, you delusional, you're not alone. Most of us are so busy juggling life and all of our responsibilities, all the bills we gotta pay,
trying to save up for retirement, trying to keep our friendships, our relationships,
whatever responsibilities we got going on, or all of the above, that we find it impossible okay, just dripped water all over, to have 5 minutes for ourselves. But here's the truth, friends. Peace is not something that you just stumble upon. It's actually something that you create. Okay? We are the creators of our peace. And it's something that you need to be intentional with. Okay, Catherine, you hear that, girl? So today I'm going to be sharing some tips, some practical strategies, some mindsets that actually help me go from burnout to living a more peaceful, stress-free, and enjoyable life, even though some days are tough. We making it through, period. Y'all want a little story time? Say less. I quit my corporate job about 1.5 years ago because of burnout. I went into the corporate world with this mindset of, in order to be successful, in order to be somebody in life, in order to actually make money and not have to just live paycheck to paycheck, I gotta go into the corporate world. I gotta get into management. I gotta get all the experience that I can right now and work, and just do that forever and ever and ever and ever till I die. Then a couple months later, I started to wake up and I was just like, I hate my life. I do not want to get up. I do not feel any excitement right now. I started to ask myself, is this what life is all about? Is this what I am wanting to do for the rest of my life? No. It was just me also overthinking like these expectations I was putting on myself for me to be perfect, to try to prove something to everybody else. I started to feel this guilt whenever I wasn't doing anything productive. I knew something had to change. So I'm here to tell you guys, something has to change. If I literally just described your day-to-day life and how you are constantly feeling, welcome to the club. I believe you saw this video for a reason. I'm here to tell you that there is a possibility that you do have the potential to be something greater, that your life is not just supposed to be you going to this job that you hate and you just feeling tired all the time, having this constant pressure of yourself, wanting to be perfect and overthinking about where you are in life, where you should be, where you're not. Breathe. It's all gonna be okay. I'm getting thirsty. Get so freaking passionate. Let's get into it. So what exactly is inner peace? I have my own definition of what it is. Inner peace is a state of being where your mind feels calm no matter what is happening around you. It's not about escaping the stress entirely, because that's gonna be there all the time. That's life, honey. It's about responding to it differently. Not in a way that is projecting your anger, your stress, your frustration, your overwhelm. It is saying no without feeling guilty. So setting them boundaries, being present in the moment, having space between your thoughts and your reactions. And it's trusting yourself to know you can handle life's ups and downs. Now, the moment you guys have all been waiting for. How do we actually start creating peace in our daily life? Because let's be honest, peace doesn't just come a knocking on our door. It's actually something that we have to be intentional about, conscious about, and create. First thing that I did was I recognized what was draining me. Why was I feeling not at peace? Is it maybe an overwhelming schedule? Is it the negative self-talk? Is it maybe an environment that feels chaotic? I got triggered, y'all, because that was my corporate job. Write it all down. Yes, you're gonna have to put in a little bit of work in here. If you don't like pen to paper, you literally can just open up your notes, create a quick note, set a timer, okay? Because this has actually really helped me to just dial in and focus. Start it, type away. It just takes 3-4 minutes of you just doing it. You just have to actually consciously do it, because if you leave it up to anything else other than yourself, it's not gonna get done. Because I'm telling you, as soon as I started writing these things down, I was like, wow, y'all don't control me anymore. So now I know what to look out for, what to avoid, what to start making peace with in my life, and no longer just let these things control how I feel in my everyday. And I just felt so much lighter. It is mentally exhausting for any person to keep all of those thoughts up here. Like, there is a total, hold on, I gotta fact check myself, from El Google, the average person has over 60,000 thoughts a day.
According to Dr. Fred Luskin at Stanford University.
Of these 60,000 thoughts, 90% of them are repetitive through the day and from previous days. I'm just gonna let that sink in, because the moment that I heard that in a podcast, it completely changed my life. I was like, hold up, you're not wrong. Whew. It's getting hot in here. I have this on because I'm in Florida and it just started to be the winter time or whatever. It was 50 degrees last night. This morning it was like 60 degrees, and now it's like 70 degrees outside. Welcome to Florida, friends. This turtleneck is not giving, but it's cute though. In the description down below, I put the link for a blog post that I created a few months ago about how to start journaling to reduce stress and anxiety. Highly recommend. I dumbed it down a little bit because that's how I understand and I process things. I try to make it as simple and as interesting as I could. So go check that out. I also have a YouTube video about it if you're more of a visual learner, but I highly recommend just take 7 days and try to be as intentional as you can, 5 minutes every single day, and just see how it changes your life. Number 2, which kind of goes into hand with the first one, I started making time for stillness. And it took a little bit of time. I was kind of on and off with this. I tried to do it at least twice a week. Journaling, meditating, breathing exercises, all of those things create stillness and create peace in your day. You're not being distracted. You're not being influenced by anything else external in your life. You are just connecting with yourself. I'm getting like goosebumps because this is how I found my purpose, was through journaling and meditation. I was able to connect with my inner child. I was able to connect with my higher self. There's also studies that show that these small acts of slowing down actually plant little seeds in your brain that send a message to say you're safe. You don't have to rush. Just be in the present moment. And boy, you just feel so alive. During this time, you're like, wow, I'm living, I'm breathing. Glory be to God. Number 3 is to protect your time. I discovered this year that I'm a people pleaser. The reason I also got so burnt out was because I never said no. I wanted to prove to people that I was capable. I didn't want to let people down either, so I would always say yes to everything. And I learned this year that every yes that we say is us saying no to something else. So if you're saying yes to going out, you're saying no to rest. You're saying no to working on your goals. You're saying no to your self-care. Anything else that you were supposed to be doing. It's about setting these boundaries that meant less time going out and more time staying in, recharging, connecting with myself, working on my goals, working on my dreams, and finding that peace within. And this actually leads me into number 4 because I just keep talking and talking and talking. Creating rituals. This has been a game changer for me. Morning routine, evening routine. When I started to read about successful people and their lifestyle, what they do to get to where they are, blah, 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 they all have rituals. They have a morning routine, they have an evening routine, and there's a reason for that, okay? They just don't do that because they're rich and they have the time. No, like us regular people who are just trying to find peace and enjoy their life, there's a meaning behind the madness. And studies actually show that rituals reduce anxiety, boost confidence. It fosters a sense of control and predictability in our lives. So a lot of the times when we are in autopilot, we are just allowing life to happen to us. So we turn on the TV, we scroll on Netflix, whatever it is, those are things that are going to drain our energy. We have a ritual that gives us energy and gives us peace. We feel more confident and it boosts our mood because we are releasing those dopamine chemicals in our mind, and we feel in control because we set up this time for ourselves. It acts as little moments to remind us that we need to slow down, we need to rest, we need to connect more with ourselves. Some of my rituals are drinking tea before I go to sleep, sitting on my porch in the morning and eating my breakfast, taking 5 to 10 minutes every single day to take a walk and sharing gratitude. All right, so let's talk mindset shifts. This is the most important thing. This is what's gonna help you get through those days where you just don't feel it. You have this negative voice in your head that it's telling you, why are we doing this? This is a waste of time. We don't care about this. I have these days like twice a week. These mindset shifts are what actually have helped me to keep going, not let my feelings dictate what I do, but instead start listening to what's up here. Number one is you are in control of JK guys. Number one is you are not in control of everything. Got a little too excited. This was a tough one to accept because I'm a perfectionist and I do like to have a sense of control over everything. And if I don't, it gives me a lot of stress and anxiety. It's a daily practice that I have to start letting go of, and I have definitely seen a lot more improvement because now I'm able to just not feel so much tension in my chest whenever other people act a certain way or when things don't go the way that I want them to go. I'm able to just detach and let it go. This definitely has brought me so much peace in my life, and it's about me letting go of how other people should be, how they should be reacting, me letting go of where I think I should be in life, and I started to focus on what is in my control. So my attitude, the choices that I make, how I react, my perspective. So instead of trying to control others and their outcomes, now I just focus on what I can do because that's all I can do. Number two is to focus on the present moment. This is also a real good one. So much of our stress comes from living in the past or worrying about the future. I do this a lot, okay? We have a lot of regrets in the past. We have a lot of mistakes that we made. Then we think about the future, where we are wanting to be at, what could happen. We tend to forget that the only thing that is actually real, that is actually happening right now, is the now, the present moment. I started to actually savor the food that I was eating. I started to eat it slower. When I was out with my friends, I would actually be in the moment. I wouldn't be on my phone. I would look around and I would actually take in the experience I was having and focusing on all my senses, what I was seeing, what I was smelling, what I was hearing, what I was tasting. And I was like, this is what it feels like to be living. I want that for you guys too. Okay. Number three is you deserve peace, honey, okay? You're probably like, of course, I deserve peace. What you think this is? But do your thoughts make you believe that you deserve peace? Because a lot of our thoughts are saying, this is a waste of time. We could be doing something better. This is boring. These are a lot of thoughts that were going through my mind when I first started doing this. I started to realize that peace isn't just a reward. We think that once we achieve that thing, once we have that life, once we have that family, once we have that X amount of money, then we're finally gonna have peace. But the thing is, peace isn't a reward, something that is a birthright. Like, this is something that each of us deserve to have. Number four is growth takes time. It is a journey, friends. It is a process. It's not gonna happen like this, okay? You're probably gonna watch this video, you're gonna be like, yes, I got this, I'm so freaking stoked. And then tomorrow, you're probably gonna forget this ever happened. Or maybe you don't feel it tomorrow, but then the next day, you're like, okay, let me grab my phone, let me actually be intentional right now and do what I gotta do. And that's fine. Like, we're human. We make mistakes, okay? We are not perfect. What matters is that you are trying to be consistent and trying to be intentional every single day. It's not becoming a pattern where it's weeks and weeks pass by and you're just back in autopilot. So that's how you grow. That's how you learn. Every misstep that you take is a learning opportunity. That's the beautiful thing about it. And once I started to embrace that and I stopped being so hard on myself, that's when peace was peacing. The stress is still gonna be there, all right? These mindset shifts aren't gonna just erase the stress, but it's gonna help you start reframing in a way that starts to empower you instead of overwhelm you. All right, real quick. Yo, I'm just like on a roll. Hold on, because someone texted me. Oh, my parents, okay. They're good. 3 quick tips for daily peace. Number 1 is simplify your to-do list. Okay, I was that girl that had like 20 things on her to-do list and I wanted to achieve all of that. And if I didn't achieve all of that, I felt like a failure and I would literally beat myself up over it. So don't do that, because that just brings more stress, more overwhelm, and it just doesn't make us feel good. And I heard this on a podcast and there's research behind it that just by setting 3 intentions for your day and just focusing on that reduces the stress. Now, once you finish those 3 things, go ahead and add something else to that list or rest, okay? Because rest is important too. Number 2, disconnect to reconnect. I have started to be more intentional about how much time I'm spending on social media. Whenever I find myself like it's been more than 5 minutes that I have been doom scrolling or just in the zone watching someone's lifestyle video, their vlog, or just funny videos, then I'm like, girl, it's time. You've been on this for too long. We have to start either setting time blocks in our day to be on social media, or just try to be more intentional of how much time we're spending on it, and then putting that phone down, okay, and doing something productive. Numero 3 is practice daily gratitude. This is such a beautiful thing. Gratitude is a must. Like, this is a non-negotiable every single day for me, because I have found that when I'm not sharing gratitude, a lot of the stress that I was getting was from me just complaining in my head of what I didn't have, how my life was not going the way I wanted it to, the money I didn't have, the career that was not where I wanted it to be, my friends were traveling, they were living their best life or whatever I was seeing on social media. I started to consciously reframe any thoughts that I had that were negative to focus on the things that I did have and share gratitude, because a lot of the things that we have in our life or that we have accomplished, a lot of other people dream of. So this is a game changer, and I 100% guarantee you that you will find peace by doing this every single day. And that is a wrap, you guys. I really hope that this video inspired you guys, you feel empowered, and now you guys can start creating peace in your daily life and start taking the steps that you need to live a stress-free life, because you deserve it. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow, send this video to someone who needs a little peace in their life. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay blessed.
Oh my, what a one.